Hello and welcome to Dominion League Season 47. I am Johns. Today I play crabcat2 for my second match. Um, what's crabcat doing this season so far? I don't remember. It's fine, whatever. Um, let us have a good series. Sure. I get to go first on... Oof, what is this nonsense? Alright, there's a couple options. I think the peasant is super duper important. Other options include exploration or goat herd, probably. I guess there's like some thought to double peasant. Probably not. The nice thing about exploration is the coffer is nice for hitting wharf, especially from opening peasant along with the wharf. And then that villager is going to come in really handy if I'm going to try and play like wharves terminally. So I think it's going to be Explo Peasant. That seems to make the most sense to me. Looking to just spike a wharf or two. Border Village if you can get it. So yeah, let's do that. The problem with Goat Herd is it's not going to trash super well. Also, Peasant can trash if you don't need the coin. 5-2 would be probably pretty... I guess 5-2 would just be Wharf Peasant. It's a little sad if... Well, there are slad draws with Wharf Peasant, so you could still consider Explo Peasant on the 5-2. I would probably just go Wharf Peasant on the 5-2, though, and just hope things line up well, because even the bad case is not that bad. Like, if you draw Wharf Peasant turn 4... Well, okay, the bad case is you... No, I don't know. Nice... Oh. I'm not sold on the Skulk there. Okay, so, like... I guess I'm just playing the Peasant here. And do I take the Border Village or no? Next turn's a little bit sad, but the worst I can do next turn is 2, which is a Peasant, so I think I just take the Border Village. And I'll spend the coffer. Yeah, and I'll just take another Peasant right now, I guess. Okay, well, I found this Soldier here. Draws are pretty good, it looks like. Although I have trashed 0 cards, and crabcat has trashed 1 card. Like, I'm gonna just play the Soldier for realties, right? I feel like Border Village Wharf is better than whatever's gonna happen with all those. Okay, I missed my, little unfortunate to miss the Wharf on this shuffle, huh? I think I trash here. 4 doesn't seem like it does anything, so I'm just gonna trash. I think I take Goat Herd. Like, little trashing that's not terminal. I guess there's, like, some small consideration to passing right now. I'm almost certainly gonna be playing Wharf next turn. Nah, I'll play the Goat Herd, it's fine. I'll discard the estate, not a big deal. Yeah, missing a Wharf there was quite sad. Quite sad. I'm gonna go ahead and just kill an estate here, play the Wharf, and see what happens. Like... What I'm thinking about right now is just trashing an estate and taking the village coffer. So basically, the other option is just buy peasant, but I think this is fine. We're just gonna do that. Grab the Explo stuff. I mean, there's a couple of really high upsides to drawing there. Largely finding the Wharf or finding the Fugitive would both be super duper good. So maybe it was worth trying to roll for that, but I'm not sure. I mean, we're gonna trigger the shuffle right now, regardless, so... I don't know. I still don't think the Skulk Open is all that good. Okay, I guess we're discarding. I could use more draw on this deck. I can use another Peasant as well. This doesn't look like the kind of board we ever get Teacher on. I think you're just settling for Disciple being ridiculously good. Haggler's actually pretty good, too. I don't know if I get a Haggler yet, but there's definitely an option for it. Does order matter here? Probably. Won't do that, at least. Did you trash? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm going to play the Goat Herd regardless. And I think I'm playing the soldier for real here. So 5, 6, 7. I could have 8 if I wanted to. This could be like border village with another peasant. That seems fine. Yeah, that seems fine. Do I want the wharf or do I want the haggler yet? I think I'm just going to take the border village, because if I can disciple a border village, I can get the haggler mid-turn, right? Sorry, I'm going to take the wharf now. I think seems a little bit better to me. Yeah, put those up. So the hope here is I get to disciple a border village. Well, we'll play the fugitive first, I guess. Hey, look at that. We will disciple the border village, play it again. This time I'm going to grab a haggler. Orders maybe matter. I'm going to play the 2 wars always. So I'm playing that. Did you trash? Or no? You did not. Regardless, I don't see any reason to not just play that one. Play that one. Haggler, peasant. That's 9. I'm pretty sure I'm okay just trashing a copper here. With 8, it's gonna be... Is it... I mean... There's like some thought of me that just kind of wants to get province already. That seems probably dumb though, right? So probably like... Border village, wharf... Yeah, it's probably dumb to take province already. Border village, wharf, peasant I think is fine. I do need some economy on my deck. It was a little bit awkward to not have economy. How do we get economy? Skulk? Maybe I want, like, border village skulk instead. Maybe I want, like, skulk. Is my draw okay for next turn? It's not perfect. Because 1 skulk is plenty of skulks. It could be, like, skulk. Maybe, like, border village skulk is slightly better. And I'll grab 1 more peasant, I guess is fine. I could take a haven, but I don't think it's really necessary. Wait, hold on. Can I undo that? I need a skulk. There we go. Oh, wait, I gotta gain, Wait, hold on. Oh my god. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. That's not... No, undo. I'm sorry. X. I only wanted 1 skulk. Then I want the wharf. Okay. Now I want peasant copper. Okay, there we go. My bad. I only wanted 1 skulk. Okay. Piles are super low, right? Wonder if I can win here. Maybe. This might have to be province for crabcat. Although province doesn't stop me from getting, like, all the estates. I don't think I have the buys for all that, though, right? Maybe I do. Because I can... If I disciple a border village and disciple a wharf, that's those 2 piles gone. And then... I would simply need to buy 8 estates. Which I should have the buys for. Do I have the coins for that, though? Unclear. Unclear. Well, that's a little easier to pile than for me. Yeah, 8 estates wins here. I still need the 2 wharves, which is the probably the spicier part there. Okay, well, no sense in not just playing a bunch of border villages. Interesting. Well, there's other options for piling, aren't there? Maybe there's other options for piling? So I have 4 wharves currently. If I disciple 2 of them, I have... I mean, if I disciple 2 wharves, I have plenty of buys, right? It's the question of the economy. Well, I'm gonna play 1 wharf regardless. Because I don't have 16... I would need 16 coins at that point, which I don't know if I have. And disciple the wharf. Oh. Did you trash? No. Huh. Weird. Okay, well, I guess I'm stopping here then. I guess I'm stopping here. I mean, this isn't... Huh. I mean, I kind of want to disciple a skulk. I missed the gold. So I need to hit money here, actually. What if I discipled the goat herd? Just for the extra action. This is actually a really sad draw. So I can play Haggler, Skulk, Soldier, Peasant here. Very, very sad draw. At least crabcat has no, like, wharves coming in play, so their turn might not be super good. I had to disciple the goat herd if I want to play all my terminals. Do I want to play all my terminals, I guess is the question. Seems okay to play all the terminals. If I do that, do I want to trash then? So how much money is that? I'll trash... Well, if I trash 2 coppers, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only 10 coins. But it's only 12 coins if I don't trash, right? Um... 12 coins doesn't do all that much. I could take, like, a mining village or something. But that seems worse than just, like, trashing here. Oh, I can't even play all my terminals, actually. Well, I'm always playing the Haggler. I guess I want to play the Skulk. Diluted is actually not doing a whole lot, is it? Okay. I'll play the Soldier here. Do I play the Peasant or no? I got a lot of cards coming in. I could just play the Peasant. Soldier next turn would be pretty good, I think, so I will play it. We're definitely taking a province and, like, a gold, maybe? Gotta be careful on piles. I need a little more economy for next turn, so gold seems fine. I don't think I want Haven Copper, right? So we'll just go ahead and pass that. Do I want Fugitive, or do I just want to keep the Soldier? I'll just keep the Soldier, right? I only got the Border Village Wharf off. Like, you piling would, I think, be like a minor miracle, right? I don't know, maybe you can do it. All your wharves out, huh? Well, you're drawing pretty well here, which is unfortunate for me. I have 6 cards coming in. Like, I should draw pretty well this turn. I don't know if I draw a deck or not. Okay, well, your turn's done here, which means you missed your Disciples, which is actually quite bad for you. Oh, you can't even get a province? Okay. That's real bad, actually. And you take the Wharf. Okay. You didn't trash, right? No. So, Border Village, Border Village. Oh, come on. Wharf. Okay. Like, does this ever win? The problem is that if I disciple the Skulk, I only get 7 buys. I would need 8 buys. Do I just disciple the Border Village here to draw? I guess I do. Okay. There's my Wharf, thank you. Okay, there we go. Alright, now does this win? That's 8 buys. I need 8 and 16, right? So, like, it looks like it wins. I don't feel like counting too much here. 7, 11. That's 7. Oh, sorry. I don't need to play the Haggler here, right? Because this is 6, 13, and 17. Okay, just not play. Don't play Haggler then. We'll just make sure that we don't have to click a bunch more times. Alright, being player 1, pretty good. I don't like the Skulk open there. I think it's pretty bad. But, you know, I mean, not that bad. I think it's just worse. I don't really want a gold Skulk in my shuffle when I'm trying to get my Travelers out. The problem is, like, I'm still going to be able to do, like, a lot with that turn, right? So it's unclear that maybe it stops me for a turn. I don't think it stops me overall. I think I'm still in just pretty good position. Maybe not. Maybe there's some really good draws where crabcat can win the next turn. Although I just double province, and I'm up pretty high, so I don't know. I don't think you had any, like, good outs there, other than hoping I don't have a full turn. I mean, yeah, but sometimes you have to play for a bad turn. Like, playing to stop the bleeding for one turn is not always the best move. I should be going second here. I mean, I'll take an extra first player advantage, I guess. Okay, hello, witch. Yep. I'm gonna open. There's some options here. So I think it's going to be research or salvager, and it's going to be supplies or silver. The exact order of those is unclear, though, or exact which of those to pair up is unclear. I could see an argument for, like, all 4 of those combinations. So research is nice because witch is terminal, and I'm going to want some witches for sure in my deck, so having a non-terminal card helps a bit with that. In research, well, Salvager has the advantage of helping me hit 5 next shuffle, which I think is pretty important as well, but research also cycles faster, so there's that. My guess is research silver. So I think I'm leaning research over Salvager, and I think I'm leaning silver over supplies, just because silver is also helpful for hitting 5. So let's go research silver. I could see the argument for, like, other options there as well. Okay, so you hit 5 there, and I don't, which is sad. I do have 5 next turn, though, which is fine. So, like, do I just start going, like, supplies now? Do I want a second research? I think just supplies. Okay, so we basically have equivalent turns here. Yeah, so exactly equivalent turns. So is this a witch? Probably just a second witch. There's an argument for, like, ball into supplies or something else. Of course, at this point in the game... Oh, wait, no. Sorry, your turn's actually just better than mine, because hitting the research turn 4 is so much better, because you have to set two things aside for... Yeah, no, never mind. Like, those are not equivalent turns at all. Crabcat's draws were much better. And also turn 5 is much better, because you get a curse into my shuffle, and I don't even draw my witch here, so you'll get at least one clean shuffle without a curse in it. So I'm pretty much... I'm playing from behind here. I think second witch makes more sense to me. My research is going to get drawn dead here, most likely. And you get another... Ah, you found your witch again? Okay, this is, like... I don't want to say this is over, but it's looking very bad. Not over, but it's probably pretty close to over, actually. If I don't draw my research dead here, it's going to be okay. Well, I do, which, whatever. What are you gonna do? Second research doesn't make sense, I think. Oh, I also... Wait, where's my supplies? My supplies is my last card on my deck. Shoot. Alright, this is over, right? My draws are just horrendous here. Like, I don't see how I possibly win this game. Just teaching supplies seems fine. There's some argument to be made, I think, for not playing this horse. Largely the argument is I want to... No, I'm not seeing the argument, actually. It's a dumb argument. Never mind. Plays the witch, finds the other one, fine. We will ball for the last 2 supplies, I guess. I want to get road network, I think. But I don't know. I'm already down. I'm still down on the curse split 2-4. I think I've trashed less. No, I've trashed the same amount of you, I guess. Regardless, this is like in a pretty awful spot. When do I take road network here? It seems like it's pretty good. I kind of want a second research. Road network just seems really early, doesn't it? I don't know. You probably start greening fairly soon, though. Let's just take a road network for this shuffle. Anyway, I'm in like a pretty much lost spot. Maybe not. Maybe there's probably still some draws. Like if you keep bottom decking your witches, like this turn, I think you didn't find either witch. Well, no, you played one witch in the shuffle already. Please find a witch. Thank you. Well, don't find both witches. Ugh, it's super annoying. All right, I got another research maybe. Witches drawing witches dead is not fun. So I'm likely to lose the curse split 6-4 here, right? Well, actually, you didn't find the witch there. Maybe I actually hit a... No, never mind. I was going to say, maybe things happen, but no, they don't. If I had found a witch there, it would have been conceivable to not get crushed. Oh, you didn't find a witch again. That means you bottomed up 2 witches. Okay. Well, your draws got a lot worse after the opening couple turns, so maybe this is reaching some more parity. I'm still super far behind, though. Like, super duper far behind. In like all the possible senses of how I could be behind here. But that's the breaks. That one, that one, that one. Did I research a witch here? It does trigger a shuffle, but I mean, it's not bad. Well, no, I don't. Shoot, I don't know if I want to trigger the shuffle is the problem. I want to get some curses out. So like if I play the witch, there's 4 cards in the shuffle. I kind of think it's fine. Nah. Okay, I missed price points again. There's a gold in my deck somewhere. Somewhere there exists a gold in my deck. Is that my gold? The last card there? It would be the gold, wouldn't it? It would be the gold. Oh, no, it's not the gold. Wait, where's my gold? Maybe I just miscounted when it happened. Like, I don't know. What is this deck doing? Literally nothing? Sure. Am I gonna get this curse too, then? I don't know. This is not going well. Well, you're thinking, which probably means you don't have a witch in hand. Or maybe you're thinking of researching witch. I'd rather not take this last curse if I could help it. Cool. Alright, well, that happens. Like, I don't think I'm taking duchies. I think I'm just gonna take more econ. I mean, obviously, there's a third pile of considerations, but I'm just gonna go for provinces. I think the Duchy Duke stuff is probably too slow. Maybe it's not too slow. But if I can, like, consistently province at this point... Oh, hold on, you can do charm for Duchy Duke. That's actually so much better. Never mind. Like, I'm just lost then, right? 2, 3... I'm gonna research an estate, I guess? I'm gonna research the witch, but I think estate's fine. Yeah, like, charming for Duchy Duke stuff is gonna be pretty powerful, I think. Although your deck's gonna get worse than mine pretty soon. But also you can still province, because your deck's not that bad. So like, do I research a copper? Do I research a witch, maybe? I don't have any plus buy in my deck is kind of an issue, right? Well, what are you gonna do? It's too late for all that. Let's just research a copper. Nah, undo. Let's just research the witch. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna just lose horribly, unless you dud like 2 turns in a row or something. Maybe one of these golds could have just been a charm. I would have been better off. Probably would have been better off if one of these golds was a charm, right? Because I have like $1 billion and not nearly enough money. I don't think it matters, but I guess there's a world in which it sometimes matters. Like, I don't really want to trigger the shuffle, right? Yeah, like having a charm in my deck right now would be fantastic. So not getting the charm, I think, is a pretty big misplay on my part. Not that I think it matters, but, you know. Maybe it does, actually. Do I play the Witch? I guess I do. Oh, that's a sad draw. Like, yeah, plus buy would just maybe actually have been enough to not lose this game. Like, I don't know. I have to province here, don't I? Even though you have, like, a bunch of stuff coming in? Okay, remember, I can't province. What if I take a charm now? Is it too late for a charm? Probably. Although, oof, those duchies are... Like, if you duchy the next 2 turns... I don't have, like, a good... I don't have a good option here for what to do. Because I was hoping to just double province here in these 2 turns. So, like, if you province, I need both of those provinces, pretty sure. But I need more than that. Let's take the charm and hope you miss 5. At least one of these next 2 turns, I need you to miss 5. Which is probably really unlikely, but your deck is kind of junky. Okay, not good. I'm using the Duke, which I think... I don't know if that's correct or not. Maybe it is. Like, this is 5 for me, right? Maybe I just research the Witch, actually. Research the Witch by Duchy makes some sense to me. If I research Witch by Duchy and then double Province next turn, yeah, let's just try it, like... Maybe I just research the Research and play Witch instead. That might be better, actually. Sure, I think it seems a little better, actually. Okay. Like, do I province here? I need both these provinces, right? So I think we're just provincing. I might win this turn if I actually... If you miss province, I might have enough to win. Which would actually be completely surprising to me, considering the early game here. I know you had a couple of rough shuffles in, like, the mid of the game, but I felt totally lost early on. I just need to find my charm, and I can win. Well, no, I can't. Charm's not even enough. I'm only gonna score 12 points. Please find a charm. Didn't find the charm. Well, fine. No charm there is really bad. Ah, no. What am I supposed to do? Like, I guess I do this and hope you somehow miss... Oh, look at the bottom of my deck. That's so sad. Not that it doesn't matter. Play doesn't matter, actually. I assume he's hit 5 here. Okay. Maybe there was a way I could have won that game, but oof, that was a rough one. Like an earlier charm, try to get more than single provinces. I don't know. Maybe there was some play in there somewhere. So here, looks a lot like Royal Carriage Bridge to me. The question that I have is, how do you get there? The 3-4 could be like Plan Bridge, but I don't have the 3-4. Which makes it a little more unclear to me. I could open like Bridge Forager. I think Thin Gun a little bit's okay, but not the biggest priority. I think a little bit's okay, not a huge priority. It could be like Plan Forager. I mean, I'm going to buy a bridge at some point anyway. I guess I can just open bridge. Does the Forager do anything? It's not that important, and I wouldn't... The problem with Forager is it makes it hard to hit Royal Carriages, which is like the price point I actually need to hit. This is Bridge Royal Carriage, right? It's like... What else are you doing? Nothing. Sure. Let's open Bridge Forager. I'm not sure that's correct or not. Okay, this will be a pretty clear Royal Carriage, I think. I guess there's like worlds in which I do other things. Like... I don't know. Just take the Royal Carriage. I missed an estate, which is a bit sad. So, like, do I plan Royal Carriage now or something? Do I buy a Ghost Town? Do I Shantytown? Shantytown only draws... Well, Shantytown sometimes draws. It's hard to buy royal carriages with this deck is kind of a problem. My last two cards are both estates, right? Yeah, not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that. It's gonna be hard to buy... I mean, yeah, sure. Ah, shoot. Well, that's not what I wanted to see at all. Not what I wanted to see at all. Like I could take a ghost town. Doesn't really do anything. Take a shanty town. Take an engineer. Engineer can take royal carriages. It's hard to get them out and play exactly though, but maybe it's fine. Probably the engineers makes it harder to hit 5 next turn. But like I'm like never hitting 5 next turn, am I? No, I'm never hitting 5 next turn. Shoot! Maybe I just take the shanty town. Maybe take a ghost town. Does ghost town hit 5 next turn? Sometimes. Well, no, not often enough, right? No, like never. Actually, it only hits 5 next turn if I bottom deck the royal carriage, right? Or if I need to find 5 coppers, basically. Maybe it's fine. I think Shantytown's also fine. It's a little awkward to get Shantytowns off with bridges, but I think it's okay. Okay, well this is bottom decking both the Forager and the royal carriage, so... This is actually horrendous. My draws are so bad. Jeez. Jeez. Can I have, like, some worse draws, please? I think I'm gonna get Ghost Town now. So, like, what do I do here? We'll find out in a second. But, like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's things I did wrong here, but it just feels like the order in which I'm drawing cards is completely backwards. I still have all 3 states in my deck. You've trashed 3 states. I've trashed 0 states and 1 copper. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. I just feel like your draws are a lot better than mine. Still need more royal carriages. I mean, I assume you get more royal carriages. That's the whole goal here, right? Ghost Town seems pretty good. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a pretty bad spot. So I'm going to forge this estate, and... I guess I do it again, and I buy a royal carriage. Well, actually, hold on. Is royal carriage on actually royal carriage on bridges is better, isn't it? If I royal carriage the bridge, I'll have 4 coins. Yeah, that's better. So we'll go royal carriage to trash you and pick up another ghost town. Please find the shantytown. Please don't bottom deck the shantytown. I am begging you, don't bottom deck the shantytown. I can't handle this right now. Like, the difference between finding shantytown here and not finding shantytown is absolutely enormous. Okay, good. Oof. Well, that's not the cards I needed to find. But fine, it's just a royal carriage then, right? Trashing our state. Interesting. Well, I need royal carriages is the problem. This turn... Yeah, this being my bottom 5 cards is really sad. Why am I drawing so bad? Ah! Alright, well, at least you... Oh, did you miss a royal carriage this turn? Okay, you missed a royal carriage this turn, which is actually very helpful for me. So, if I play 3 bridges here... I have 3 coins. I could have 4 coins. I guess I could play the Forge from the Ghost Town and then play 3 bridges. That seems okay to me. What does that get me? That gets me 2 royal... Yeah, I think that, like, this is just better to do it like this, right? I go with that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, hopefully I find, like, my good stuff. Ideally. Calls are pretty low, huh? Hmm, 6 buys is not a win yet. Wonder if cities are... Yeah, this turn's really, really nice. Like, crabcat can buy like several cities here and probably be pretty happy about it, right? Like, if you bought 5 cities, you just win next turn almost guaranteed, don't you? Maybe not. Maybe not. Feels like you do, but maybe not. I don't know. I have like a lot of buys too, though. If you lower too much, it's a little scary, isn't it? I wonder if one of my characters should have been a city instead. Maybe. I sure do hope I find a shantytown here. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what you do. I assume you want cities, because I think the draw is actually quite good. Maybe like 1 royal carriage is fine to trash a card. I mean, you can also, I don't know, what about just like 2 royal carriages and 3 cities? 2 royal carriages and 3 cities. I don't know. Like, I guess you might dud next turn, which would be pretty scary. But also, if you don't dud, you just win. So maybe that's an option. I guess I can technically 5, 6. I guess I can technically... No, I don't have enough... How many games do I have? I have 5 carriages, right? No, I have 4 carriages. So it's only 7 buys. I think I only have 4 carriages. So if I only have 7 buys, then I can't even, like, I can't even beat on a perfect draw, like, because I get 7 cities, but then I lose on a tie. So carriage, carriage, city, 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 I think makes some sense. But maybe it's not necessary. Maybe just like carriage in 4 cities makes more sense. That puts me in a really weird spot. I imagine you want some number of cities. The question is how many cities? Okay, I guess we're doing 2. And you're doing city, city, city. Yeah, so you're basically guaranteed to win if you draw. Or maybe... Maybe, do I have... I don't have 5 city carriages, do I? I don't think so. If I do have 5 carriages, then taking the city here might be losing. Well, maybe I can just get enough points for it not to matter. I don't know. I think I'm pretty much in a bad spot here. Unless I draw, like, something crazy here. Okay, like, I missed... Yeah, like, this is pretty losing then, right? I got to just... You have 4 ghost towns in play? You had 4 ghost towns this turn? Shoot. So, the problem I'm having right now is... You're almost certainly just winning, right? I can't stop you from winning, I don't think. I can only play 3... I didn't, like, draw the rest of my deck either, which is really bad. So the problem I'm having is I need to hope you just, like, don't find a city, right? Which isn't impossible. Like, if you don't find a city... Did you play Shantytown last turn? You didn't play Shantytown last turn, which means you would already have the Shantytown. So you're guaranteed to have at least a lot... I don't know. Like, obviously, you have to hope you don't draw, right? So, let's say you don't draw. But, like, my next turn is also just completely awful. My next turn is just absolutely trash. Okay. There's literally no outs here, right? I don't think there's literally any outs. I could call carriage. I could call carriage a couple times and just buy a bunch of cities and hope you just miss. But then you can just, like, literally nothing here works. Like, nothing here ever works. So, alright, just fine. Okay, well, this turn's done. Maybe I'll find a shantytown on top. I don't think it matters. Like, you're guaranteed to, like, draw here and win, right? Not quite guaranteed, almost guaranteed. I would need some sort of small miracle to win from this position. Oh. Interesting. Wait, why are we calling... That's not enough to win, is it? Oh, never mind. Got it. I was gonna be like, I was confusing myself for a second because I thought you were done, but I forgot the Shantytown was in hand. Yeah, this game, the last two games feel like my draws were just so much worse, right? I don't know. They feel like my draws were absolutely horrendous. Anyway, GG. I don't know, maybe if I don't know. I don't think I could have ever won that game, right? Like, what could I have possibly done to win that game? I don't know. I was just pretty behind from the beginning. Hey, Seize the Day's here. Alright, we got draw, we got trashing, we got some gains. Payload's a little bit awkward. I don't know, you got Jester stuff going on for payload, I guess, if you really want. Pirate ship, is that any good here? Probably not. You're probably opening Groom here. I don't think you're, like, all the stuff you want is pretty cheap. I mean, eventually you probably want to get, like, a mint or something, but I guess maybe there's, like, some world in which you want to do, a Ranger open that has Spike a Big Mint or something, but that takes 2 shuffles. I don't think that's really worth it. I think Groom is just probably the open. Groom seems like super good here. I guess you could also do Diplomat stuff, maybe, with, like, Jester Diplomat draw instead of other options. Maybe that's fine. Anyway, I'm opening Groom. I guess it's silver? I don't think it's Ducat. Ducat doesn't seem very good. Well, maybe it's actually okay. Because I don't... Like, hitting 4s... Like, 4 is the price point I care about, right? Tracker's an option as well. Tracker's okay. I'm not sure about Tracker. I mean... Yeah, I guess... I don't need to hit 5 here, so maybe silver's not actually that big a deal, so Ducat makes some sense. Tracker's okay, but I think it's... I don't know. There are worlds in which... there are worlds in which the Tracker's doing a whole bunch of work for you, right? Like, if you're able to top deck something, but if it collides with the Groom, it's pretty sad. I think I'm gonna try the Ducat. Let's see how that works. Okay, well... This is not a good hand. Do I take Tracker now? Takes the Ranger, which I think is fine. Another Ducat, maybe is fine. Ducat's kind of like a nothing buy, but I don't really... No, I'm gonna get Tracker now, I think. Okay, I did not bottom deck my Groom. Unfortunately, I don't hit 4 here, which would have been nice. I guess I take the Mining Village? I guess it's Mining Village, sure. And, like, I just don't want to take... this stuff, right? I don't want a second Tracker, do I? Maybe I do? Trackers are okay. I can need diplomats. Maybe the Mining Village should have been diplomat, actually. I could believe the Mining Village should have been diplomat, given my deck. I'm gonna try this Tracker, double Tracker strategy. Okay, I'm gonna top deck a Mining Village, I guess. Field's Gift. Well, we'll see what I draw, what boon I get here. Man, am I already behind? It just feels like I'm behind again already. I don't really know why. Maybe, I don't know. I think maybe the Diplomat over the Mining Village was correct. Getting the Ranger in play is nice. Missing 4. Yeah, missing 4 there was pretty sad, actually. I didn't hit 4, right? Yeah, that seems pretty good. So what do I top deck here? That's actually a good question. I think I always top deck the Diplomat. And what else? Diplomat Mining Village makes some sense. Also, like, Diplomat Groom is probably fine as well. So this is actually a very, very, very good boon. I don't think I care about the Ranger that much right now. Maybe eventually is fine. The problem with Diplomat is... it's a little... in this deck in the long run. So I think Ranger is going to draw better. What if I top deck, like, Mining Village Ranger or something? Maybe that's fine. Alright. Ideally, I find myself a Groom here. Finding Groom here would be really nice. Finding the Tracker would also be really nice. Three Trackers? I mean, I guess they're okay. Yeah, I'll play a horse. Okay, there's a Tracker. Do I play Tracker now? I guess I do, right? Wisp? I guess we'll top deck that, sure. Okay, very nice. So, I'm gonna top deck Mining Village Ranger here, right? Mining Village goes on top. That horse goes on top. Ranger gets played. 4 here for a Ranger on top. Okay, my draws got significantly better all of a sudden. That shuffle was really, really good. That was a fantastic shuffle. So I'll lead on the Mining Village Ranger and then decide what to do with the horse. Mining Village Ranger. Play the Wisp first, I guess. So Mining Village on top, so we'll go ahead and draw that. Plays a Mining Village. Guess we played Tracker first. I'd love to be able to top deck what I get with Groom here, but let's just play the Tracker first. Okay, sure. Plays that one. Nope. 1, 2, 3. I do have a Ranger down there. I could just top deck like a Ranger and 2 Mining Villages, right? Not my, sorry. 5, 6, 7. I can't do that, never mind. I can't count. Groom. Mining Village is going to go on top. But I do think I want the Ranger on top. That we can play 2 Rangers for sure next turn. Do I want this Tracker or no? It's not clear that I do. If I had 8 here, it would be really, really nice. There's also some thought to just minting, right? Well, let me undo that. What if I just mint it instead? Trash 5 copper is pretty good. Why is it client slowing down on me? Like next turn I do have a Mining Village, I have a horse. I'll be a pretty thin deck. Man. I mean, I could also trash this Ducat. Maybe trashing the Ducat is fine. Like, I guess trashing the Ducat's fine, isn't it? Like, I don't know, what am I doing with Ducats anymore? I have Ranger for buy, I don't need the buy. Just a coffer. I guess I just trash the Ducat too then. I guess the question is, do I want a coffer or do I want a tracker in my deck? And I probably don't need a 3rd tracker, that sounds like too many trackers. So I think we are going to go mint, which does not get top decked. I would like to have another Ranger on top of my deck, because that guarantees I can actually draw with a Ranger, but I think this is fine. So what's the order here? I probably play Mining Village first, then Tracker. Well, we've got Sun's Gift. What's left? Wind's Gift is... Well, Sun's Gift is the only one I care about with playing Tracker early in the shuffle, right? So with no Sun's Gift, I think I can just wait on playing Tracker. That Sun's Gift would have been really, really, really nice, though. For sure. I'm assuming it was really nice for you. Another Ranger goes on top. 5 here. That's not a great mint for you. So missing a bunch of copper is probably sad there. I probably want to top deck a Mining Village, right? Like, the Mining Villages are pretty important here. They're not that important, I guess. You got Ox, but, like, Ranger's only 2.5 cards per play. So Ox and Ranger only barely draws. So play that one. There's no Sun's Gift, so we'll play the horse first. Okay, play that. Oh, that's nice. I mean, I'm always playing this Ranger, right? So I'm just gonna Ox you for no particular reason. This was not a very good turn, was it? I can't even, like, hit Seize the Day or any of the good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I could take another tracker. Like, do I actually want another tracker at this point? Third tracker, huh? I mean, I do need some actions in my deck. It's just not... It's just an Ox, though, for the most part, right? Doesn't seem very good to me. Alright. This is fine. I need this. I kind of wanted to seize the day there, actually, to, like, put myself in decent position. But maybe I don't have to see. Maybe seizing then is not the best idea. We'll see if you seize. I don't think the mining village split is, like, worth seizing, right? Okay. What are my last two cards? They're things that cost money, so I'm not going to play that. Mining village. I don't really want to trash these anytime soon. So both of those can get... That's some pouch tracker, right? So play the wisp now. Seems fine. I gotta think for a second. This deck could use a second groom, maybe? Although, how do I win? Can I, like... I don't know. I don't think winning this turn's an option, right? Probably not. Let's think for a second, though. I might want to groom for another groom, though. Because another groom does sound okay to me. I think another groom makes sense. Play that. Okay. The question is, does more grooms make sense? And probably not. Well, they're not the worst in the world. They're not great. I don't need another ranger now, so what am I grooming for? I'm almost gonna groom for a mining village, I think. Do I want to? I mean, a third groom's not the worst thing in the world. So, like, next turn I can start doing some pretty interesting groom stuff. I might need more draw, though, if I'm gonna do that, which means I probably do want more rangers. Although maybe just take wild hunts. Maybe I'm okay with, like, 3 buys and I take some wild hunts instead. I can start doing, like, state stuff, right? Like with Seize the Day and whatnot. And maybe try to do some sneaky pile-outs. So I think a third groom is just not that bad a deal for me. I can't... Alright, let me just make sure I can't win, like, this turn. So if I groom for groom, groom for... I mean, I'm always going to play this mining village for that effect there, right? I'm always playing this one for Ox. I don't really need to do anything with that. And I'm always playing Ranger for regular effect. So, like, if I groom for... Groom... I mean, I could take a bunch of grooms here, right? What if I took a bunch of grooms here and I seized? I took a bunch of grooms here and I seize. But I would have to play both trackers for actual effect, which means I can't take that many more grooms. So, like, if I go into next turn with, like, 4 grooms, I don't need that many more grooms, actually. I don't think. What if I want some silver instead for some economy? I could just take 2 silver now, actually. It's probably not the worst idea in the world. 2 silver, I think, makes some sense to me. I can just buy the mining village. Like, I don't think you can win next turn, right? With a single groom. So let's go ahead and play tracker first, I guess. See what I find. Okay. I play this tracker next and see what I find. Are there any boons that I care about? Probably not. Oh. Actually, I kind of didn't want that one. That was the one I didn't want. Shoot, actually, that was a mistake. I should have played the horse first then. My bad. My bad. So this could be, like, Mining Village, Wild Hunt or something, right? What about Mining Village Seize? I don't think, like, the Seize does enough right now. Mining Village Hunt makes some sense to me. Just for a little more draw. Top deck and Hunt, which I'll top deck. Also, it makes me not dud this turn. But I didn't have to top deck that silver for no reason. I should have known the only boons that were in there could hurt me, right? All the helpful boons are gone. Eh, whatever, it's fine. There's a reasonable argument to be made that I can win this turn with the Seize. And I'm pretty sure Crabcat can't win from here. Right? That seems unreasonable to me. But, like, the winning line would be to me take like all the grooms this turn, seize, and then just win next turn. But your draw is a lot worse than mine, largely because you still haven't trashed anything. And I've trashed 7, well, the Ducat trashed one of the coppers, right? So we'll call it effectively 7 cards. Yeah, my draws were definitely pretty good this game, I think. So I think that's the plan, is just take all the grooms and then win on my C's turn. Seems reasonable. Seems reasonable. I guess if I lower too much, there's like dud threats, but am I scared of that? I don't know. I mean, I can always do things like top deck. I can use like my last room or something to top deck, like let's say a diplomat, a horse, and a ranger, and that's pretty much guarantees I draw. Alright, so you're gonna keep playing on here. We'll see how many grooms you actually take. Huh, this kind of suggests you're going for a win this turn, which... maybe you get there? I don't know, it doesn't feel like you get there. But maybe? Okay, gaining silver, it seems like you're not going for it. 10. Maybe you are. What if you did like Groom C's right now? C's Groom, does that get there? Or C's Mint, maybe? Does that get there? I don't think it's enough gains, right? You have what, 3? You have 3 Grooms? Plus 4 Rangers? Is 7... No, this actually could win, right? If you can take all the Grooms and then all the Rangers? I don't know if you get the actions or the draw for that, though. Maybe you have the money for it if you just trash on your Mining Village. This might work. Ooh, that's actually probably a really, really, really good boon, isn't it? I wonder if this works. This might get there, which would be really sad if it does, but... if it gets there, it's probably largely owing to first player having the extra turn. Well, actually, extra 2 turns. Like, I guess extra 2 turns in this board is pretty good when I have 9 turns and you have 11 turns. I think it's probably the right play to go for it as crabcat, because I'm almost certainly winning if you don't. I just have a hard time thinking you're actually going to get there, but maybe you are. Yeah, that's one of the big problems right there. Is you had to waste a Groom on an estate, and you had to waste a Ranger on that. So this doesn't look like it's going to get there now, right? Like, I think with perfect draws, maybe it gets there, but I don't think this is going to do it. So you still have, what, 2 Grooms left? You're out of Rangers. So, like, your draw situation's now pretty bad. You have no horses. You have some number of mining villages, I don't know how many. Like 2 or 3? You're still going for it, though, which is interesting. Which, I don't see how you ever get there at this point, though, right? Like, at this point, I have no idea how you possibly get there. Does it still get there? I guess it's only 5 trackers, but you don't have the buys for it. Maybe it does get there. But you're down to 1 action left, though, right? No, you have 2 actions now. Oh, shoot. Well, you're really close. Please don't get there. Please don't get there. Please don't get there. Oh my god. This gets there. Wait, well, it gets there. You still need like a mining village or something, though, right? Ugh, I'm so sad if this gets there. How many mining villages do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this wins. Shoot! I'm so angry. Wait, rooms for an estate. That's not a tracker. Don't you need room for tracker to win? I thought you needed room for tracker to win. Wait. Did that... Oh, maybe bottom deck the mining village. Oh, if you didn't bottom deck the mining village, that wins. But, like, that doesn't win. Because now you don't have a fourth, you don't have one more buy, right? You're out of buys? Yeah, it's only 3 buys. So the only thing I'm thinking of is... Wait, wasn't just Groom for... Well, we have 2 Grooms in hand. No, you have 2 Grooms, don't you? No, you don't. You're out of Grooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're out of Grooms. I have 3 Grooms. Huh. I'm convinced a perfect draw gets there at some point. That was obviously not quite perfect draw. Oh, there's a Groom. Never mind. You have 1 more. Still not enough Grooms, though. Diplomat, huh? Diplomat's an option, I guess. I wonder if there was more draw. Wasn't there a line where you can top deck a tracker and hope for one of the... Maybe there's not enough boons left. Alright. Well, I need to win this turn, right? Like, you're pretty trivially hitting all of that. So I'm just gonna play for, like, maximum points. I have a seize the day, too, though, so I don't have to win this turn. So what does 4 states and a province get me? 8. 4 states and a province gets me 12 points, which is enough. I just need 4 states and a province, which shouldn't be that hard, right? So I have 2 Grooms, is that correct? Ooh, that's a beefy turn, jeez. Maybe I should have gained 1 more Groom, I don't know. You only have 2 Grooms, alright. So let's assume I Groom for 2 estates. I only hit 12 coins and 3 buys, which I can do, because I have 5 mining villages, which is 10 coins. There's already 12 coins, and the Rangers get me 3 buys. So presumably I don't even need to seize the day here, right? 6. Wait, hold on, that's only 10 points. No, I need a duchy also. Oh, I need a duchy also. So actually I can't win without a seize the day. Yeah, I'm short on gains if without that. So I do need to... I guess the Wild Hunt could get me the estate and not draw with that. So I have a feeling that I need to seize here to win. So maybe I don't want to trash the mining village. Alright. Plays the mining village. 2, 3, I have 4, 5, I have 6, 7. So let's say I want to go with, like, province, duchy, seize? Or even, like, province, seize maybe is enough. I only need, like, 12 coins for that. So let's say I only need 12 coins. And I can look just to win on my other turn. So I only need 12 coins. I got 6, 7, 8, 9. I do need to get, like, some more economy in my deck, so maybe I need to trash at least 1 of these mining villages. Or maybe I need to trash at least 2 of them. Let's just trash that one. I think I'm going to draw with this Wild Hunt. Alright, let's play the Wisp, right? Well, maybe not. We'll find out in a second. Interesting. Alright, play the Wisp now. What do we get? Cool, there's the estate. 2 Grooms. Like, I could take estates. I just don't want to take... I don't want estates in my next shuffle is kind of the issue. What if I minted a silver this turn? What if I Groomed for, like, a diplomat also? Maybe... I probably want to end my turn by top decking something just so I can guarantee, like, I go off next turn. So... yeah... It's my last card. It's a silver, right? No, I have 2 more cards. It's silver and, a mining village, I think. Let's play that one. It's the mining village. So let's think for a second. I'm not drawing here unless I play with the Grooms to draw, which I don't think I want to do. So maybe I just, like, top deck some stuff for next turn. So I want to be able to hit Province Seize this turn, which does cost me 8 coins, 12 coins. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm a coin short unless I pop one of these mining villages. So don't trash you, at least. Tracker? That's actually really nice. Tracker. Okay, not doing a whole lot. Mining village. What if I don't... What if I don't? No, I think what I'm going to do is just top deck like 2 horses and 2 rangers for next turn. And buy province Cs right now, and then look to just win next turn. I should have enough money next turn, right? Maybe Diplomat's better than one of the Rangers. I guess Diplomat's probably better than one of the Rangers, because I don't need to... Because the last Ranger won't draw, right? So probably Diplo Ranger instead makes more sense. That makes sense to me. So I'm going to Province Cs. Mint that one. Groom is going to gain a Ranger, which gets top-decked. Groom is going to gain a Diplomat, which gets top-decked. We're going to play the Ranger for face-downsies. We're going to buy the Cs, and I guess this is Province? Like, it's just Province, right? It could be like, not just Province. Which does not get top-decked. Alright, and I just need to find 5 points here, which is, like, 4 states and a duchy. Okay, options. Oh, no! Plus card is killing me. Ah, no. Oh, rats. Shoot. Well, that's actually really sad. I was going to horse as Ox and then Diplo for draw, but I guess I'm just going to play the 2 horses then, right? Because I'm not going to kill both horses. Alright, Mint is doing this, so I can do that. I mean, I'm just playing for a win here, so no reason not to just start popping it. Like some mining village. We're always drawing with this Wild Hunt, I believe. I'm probably just grooming for estates at this point. So mining village, we can pop it. We're gonna groom for an estate. Is this a win in hand already? Wild Hunt for points. Oh wait, Wild Hunt for points also gets me there, doesn't it? Ranger gets me a 3rd buy. This is like enough money, I think. Let me just like double count real quick. 6, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 3 buys, which gets me province estate, which is fine. Sure. Gets me province estate. Alright, well we did get there in the end. It was actually very, very, very touch and go for a second there. I'm curious if well, I guess I'm curious about 2 things. Is one, if crabcat had a win on their turn, which seems... Well, I know there was there with good draws. I don't know if there's a win with the draws they had. And then, oh, no. Why? 5-2. I don't want... Oh, man. 5-2 sucks here. 5-2 is so bad. Okay, fine. Let's do some proc rat stuff. Hop Megaturn, proc experiments, proc rats, proc horses. This board's enormous. And unfortunately, I have what looks like a significantly worse split. Oh, sorry. The second thing I was curious about is if I had a win on my turn before that last one, which might have been possible if I thought about seizing then. Anyway, so I guess, like, I could open Cobbler, and I hope I find it turn 3. That sounds dumb, though, right? So I think I'm just opening Ambassador Haven. Haven seems better than nothing, and Ambassador seems better than any of this other nonsense. Rebuild looks pretty awful here, so I'm not going to do that. And I have this. I miss 5 again. Scrap Rats, huh? I mean, Scrap Rats is actually a pretty decent open, for sure. Especially with the procession stuff. So it's possible you can skip Ambassador, but I think if opening just one of those cards means I can't reasonably do that. Please don't miss the Ambassador. I'm begging you. I can't handle this right now if you miss the Ambassador. God damn I mean, sure. This might as well happen, right? Anti-procession now. This might as well happen. I might as well miss Ambassador. Honestly, I feel like my draws are just absolutely horrendous. Do I want to scrap or another experiment? Probably just experiment, right? Probably just experiment. And my last card is, in fact, a procession. So I missed the procession. Ugh. Like, I'm so frustrated sometimes by, like, these games. So frustrated sometimes. Do I play the experiment? I think I just don't play experiment, right? I just buy a procession now, and then... I don't know. I guess I could be convinced opening, like, something other Ambassador was correct. Although, when you open like that and miss Ambassador, like, everything feels bad. Missing procession here also feels bad. Just everything feels bad is the problem. Ugh. Everything feels bad. I think just buy procession and don't play this experiment. And just hope I don't draw, like, procession and 4 stop cards next turn. It's really hard to, like, not draw something to play procession on next turn, but given my draws this game... Okay, there we go. So questions. Do I double procession or single procession? And I guess it just comes down to if I want that rabble or not, right? I don't think I want rabble yet. So I think I hold on the procession for a little bit longer. Although I'm getting more processions off of this experiment, so maybe I actually just do want the rabble. Yeah, I probably just want the rabble, which is fine. I do want a scrap at some point. I just don't want to pick one up. I guess I could procession the Haven, right? Are you allowed to or no? No, that's fine. I got errated. Got errated. I wouldn't mind a Horn Plenty, but maybe that's too slow. Well, I missed, like, my other stuff. I'm going to play this twice for sure. I guess the question is, do I want to buy a scrap here? Or is scrap, like, too slow at this point? Getting rid of 3 coppers is definitely reasonable, I think. But scrap also seems pretty solid to me. Or maybe just more experiments, actually, is maybe better. Let's just keep those 3. I think I'm going to take a rats now. We're going to take this rabble. And I think it's scrap, although experiment is pretty tempting. But I have a rats in that shuffle. Let's grab the scrap instead. I'm going to blow up 1 experiment here, and then I'm going to play the Haven. And if I don't find procession, I'll set aside the experiment. But I do have 3 processions in there, right? Yeah, I mean, I think the Ambassador skip is completely reasonable with the 4-3. I don't think the Ambassador split is reasonable with the 5-2. But I think, yeah, the Rats scrap open's pretty solid, I think. For sure. On the other hand, though, my deck is a good bit cleaner now. Okay, that's not a, interesting. The Rabble's the one card I kind of didn't want to draw there. Like, do I play the Haven on the Rabble right now? Or maybe I just play the Haven and see what I draw. It's a scrap. Could scrap the Rabble. Scrapping the Rabble makes some sense. What if I draw a procession, though? What's down there? There's our rats down there. I kind of don't want to draw... Well, it could be rats. I kind of don't want to draw here, actually. Yeah, I'll draw. It's fine. Yeah, it's procession, which is fine. Not a big deal. We'll pick up another set of experiments here. So I'm going to play the rats first, or just play the proc? Maybe just... I'm going to lead on proc. Maybe? I don't know. This game is almost over, right? Seems really close to over. The thing about procking rats, though, is it does give me the opportunity to do a rats out, which has some merit for sure. Rats out has some merit, I'll say that much. There's no clear, like, third pile, though, right? What's the third pile? Unclear. Well, another procession seems fine. Play a horse. Play an experiment, I guess. Alright, let me think for a second if there's a win here. The issue with the win is how do I score... How do I get, I don't know what the win would even look like. Like, obviously, the rats and the processions are gone, right? So I could try to lower the experiments. The problem with lowering experiments is, well, I guess when you proc an experiment... this is very unclear to me. When you proc an experiment... It does lower it by 1. So I can proc experiment. It'll put that back, but then it'll gain me 2 experiments. No, I don't gain I need 6 coins. I don't have the coins for that, though. I have no idea what a win looks like, even. I have no idea what a win looks like here. I don't think it's quite there is the problem. Okay. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to proc the rats here. Trash a copper. And I think I'm also going to keep the estate here. No, I kind of want to hit province here or something like that. Like, hit a province here is actually okay, because I can Haven aside the province next turn and still do the rats out, which is actually pretty powerful. There's still no clear, like, third pile is the issue. But maybe there is. Maybe the experiments get low enough. So let's say I trash the estate. I can procession the scrap to trash, like, rats. I can procession the rats to trash rats, which gets me, like, 2 silvers. Then having 2 silvers does, in fact, get me 8 coins, which is enough to... which is just enough to hit province, which I think is fine. Gaining a... Oh, I guess I have to gain something, don't I? Let's just gain the rabble. Maybe I actually don't do both the rats. I can procession the scrap instead. Procession the scrap on you for everything that's not card action. And then trash this one here for everything that's whatever, doesn't matter. Guess I'll take a card on that too. That gains a procession. Last card's a horse. So I'm gonna play the experiment. Proc the horse. 2, 4, 8. Oh, wait, I missed. There's 2 more horses down there. Never mind. I mean, I think I don't have to proc the horse here. I think I just want to take the last procession, though, right? So, procession the horse. Gains the procession. And I can take, like, 1 rat's trash there and be happy about it. And then we'll just go ahead and province. We shall see what this looks like. I'm going to Haven aside this province, I guess. So Havening the province has a lot of appeal to me. And then it's a matter of just figuring out how to win. Which might involve me having to just buy experiments or something. I mean, the rats are the easy pile. The third pile is the tricky one. I don't think it's... Maybe it's rabble, actually. Can I drain the rabbles? I don't have that many processions. I don't have enough processions to drain rabbles, I don't think. Alright, I'm gonna be back in 1 second. We'll see if crabcat wins here, but I don't see how you could win here. My turn. All right, you bottom game the province. So the current issue is there are 6 experiments left, right? And I don't have any scraps, actually. I'm out of scraps. Huh. Maybe I just, like... What do I do this turn? I have no idea what I'm supposed to do this turn. Can I even, like, win? Okay, what would winning even look like? I don't have a scrap, right? I have no idea what winning even looks like at this current juncture. Shoot. Yeah, sure. Let's just play the Haven first. Kill that one. I guess we're proccing the rats to trash that. Okay, well, this was like... This was bad, right? This was a very, very bad draw, I guess. Okay. I was kind of hoping to draw other things to trash. Okay, I don't know what I did this game, but it's really bad. Now I have no money in my deck. Do I just trash a Procession instead? And I have 2 coins, so I buy what? A Haven? Buy a Copper? I can't buy anything useful. Oh god, this was actually like the worst possible draws. Maybe I should have just not Havened aside the province and then just played the... Just in case I wanted to crash the Haven instead of what I drew? I don't know. This looks pretty much lost, actually. Okay. Like, if I kill a silver here, what do I do with my life? Nothing. Like, but like, if I kill a procession, what do I do? Nothing, also. Everything is just nothing? That seems about right, actually. What if next turn I get to do, like, a bunch of rebuild shenanigans and just empty all the provinces? Is that a thing I can do? Probably not. I can't, I'm just completely dead. Like, this doesn't do anything. Just trash the province, or try to trash the procession? I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I have, like, no draw in my deck, actually. Didn't I just, like, destroy my deck last turn? Maybe this is completely deserved. Honestly, I think this is completely deserved. I don't know what I'm doing this board. Okay, that's not what I wanted to see. That did not help me at all. That did not help me at all. Okay, we're gonna buy a scrap. Okay, this hand's not very good. I don't know what I'm doing other than losing horribly. Hey, look, your turn was also garbage. I'm gonna take some experiments, I think. Uh-oh, that's a bad hand. That's a very bad hand. Why is this my hand right here? I guess it's because I have 1,000 rats in my deck. I might just, like, pass the turn. I'm gonna be honest, whatever I did this game was just horrendous, right? Well, yeah, like, finding any of those things would have been pretty nice. Like, if I had found the scrap, I'm, like, in very good shape. Missing the scrap feels like I'm in very bad shape. Missing the scrap actually seems, like, pretty, really bad. Alright, well, I don't think I have any, like, good outs here at this point. Mostly I just play this game badly and I'm gonna lose badly, right? That's what it feels like. I was envisioning worlds where I could, like, organize my shuffles better, but that's not Dominion, apparently. Would've been really nice to find this scrap, though, to kill one of these rats, because I can't play anything this turn. It's all just losing if I play any of these cards. Yeah, this just feels losing. Alright. Maybe you'll just eat your deck. But your deck also has more cards in it that do things, I guess. The Cobbler's really good, too. Yeah, I think that province was probably, like, playing for a very different game than we're actually playing. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I played this horribly, so we'll just put that one down in the books like that. Really botched it. Should I just resign? I don't know. Maybe you'll botch it too. Like, your deck is mostly just rats at this point, right? What if you just draw a hand of all rats? Okay, well, all the rats are gone. Oh, wait, does that just win? Never mind, that just wins. Okay, well... Yep. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Alright, last game. I'm player 2. I need to win this to bring it back to 3-3 on split here. So let's just win. Call this match a 3-3. So... I guess Captain looks pretty good here, right? Gets to play all sorts of stuff. I'm kind of thinking like Dungeon Skulk on the open. There's no trashing, which makes a lot of things pretty awkward. But Captain and Dungeon give you a lot of reliability. Guildhall might be okay here. The plus buy situation is just Skulk. Captain gives you some actions. Well, not really, because it can't play durations, right? I'm not sure the courtyard over the dungeon. It seems bad to me, actually. It seems like you prefer dungeon to courtyard on a board like this. Haunting is fine, I guess? I don't know. Sure. I guess I'd take a hunting lodge. It seems okay. I could take like a guild hall. That seems like it's not doing a whole lot. Would have loved it 6 here, but them's not the break. Also, hitting dungeon there would have been nice. I hope you don't hit. Okay, you hit double 5's good. I was gonna say, there's a lot of splits where... Oh god, what is this? Come on, dungeon, save me, please. I need you to save me, dungeon. Yeah, it's fine. Take the captain now. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, what's the order here? I guess I want to play Hunting Lodge first, and then discard stuff into the shuffle. Seems better, I think. Well, that didn't do what I was hoping it would, but okay, fine. I'll grab another dungeon. It's on a bunch of dungeons here. Okay, discard, I guess, those. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. But it's fine. Playing the captain here as... I'm gonna guess this is... What did you gain? You gained a captain? So I guess this is smugglers, right? No, they're hunting lodge. We'll see if you gave me anything useful here for my captain to hit. Like if you buy captain here, I'll just pretty happily smuggle it back. I guess I'll probably happily smuggle almost anything, actually, now that I think about it. There's probably some argument for playing courtyard. Probably not, though. I think it's pretty clear smuggle captain. Alright, well, we'll play the dungeon first. Sure. Actually, there is actually a pretty strong argument for courtyard right now. There's a pretty strong argument for courtyard right now. That argument being I get to trigger the shuffle, and then Hunting Lodge gets a discard into it. I have another captain, right? I think this is just courtyard. So we'll top deck that one. Hunting Lodge, that's good. Don't find the captain. God damn it. That was like the one card I don't want you to find. Shoot. Fine. That was the one card. The only card. And another dungeon seems okay. This is the dungeon and captain deck. Eventually I'll get a leprechaun. I'm not gonna get a leprechaun. I'll eventually play a leprechaun. Man, the one card I didn't want to draw, I had to draw it, didn't I? Oh well, that does happen. So again, I think I had to play this captain as courtyard just to trigger the shuffle. I do have a hunting lodge in there, actually. So maybe I could play this just... There's a hunting lodge in there, I'm pretty sure. I played a hunting lodge. No, there's not... No, hold on. Last turn I played one hunting lodge. But I have 2 hunting lodges, don't I? Hold on, let me just double check. Yeah, I gained one turn 7 and turn 3. And then last turn, I only played one. So one of those cards is a Hunting Lodge. So if I played Captain as Smugglers here, I could play the dungeon and then discard into the shuffle with the, That's fine, actually. Discard those two. Discard, I guess, those two. So I think I discard here also. Well, I could also just take a Captain Hunting Lodge, which is fine. Captain Hunting Lodge is also completely fine. I know I have more captains down there, that's just the thing. How many cards are down there that are stop cards? There's also another Hunting Lodge down there. There's more dungeons down there. I think I like discarding. Okay, play that one. Okay, that worked out better. This captain's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I could have smuggled or suited Leprechaun, but I don't think it's the one I want to play. This will discard and draw. Seems fine to trigger just because I have like 1,000 dungeons coming into play, and that's not a big deal. And this captain is going to... Unfortunately, I can't get the last captain, but alas, that's the world we live in. Like, I'm not buying a Leprechaun. That sounds terrible. I could buy another dungeon, which doesn't sound like it does all that much to me. Silver is probably fine. Courtyard's iffy. I do need, like, some economy in this deck, but I think Leprechauns are that economy. So, like, one more dungeon is actually not even the craziest idea I've had, right? Sure, we'll do one more dungeon. I'm not sure if this deck is trash or not. I could reasonably believe this deck is trash. So how many dungeons do I have coming in play? Quite a few. There's some concerns on whether or not I want to... Well, we'll think for a second. Because mostly it's Envious? Envious kind of sucks, doesn't it? Oh, you have the Wish, actually. Interesting. Oh, you know what? I can't actually get a Leprechaun this turn, can I? Because that's 6 cards there already. 3, 4, 5. So I would need to play the Hunting Lodge and then the Terminal Captain as Leprechaun. Oh, that's a shame, actually. That's quite a shame. I can't win here, can I? I don't think so. I need to score 6 points, which is a lot of points. Also, I'm envious, which means my economy is pretty trash. Huh. Yeah, this is actually really unfortunate that I can't ever non-terminally activate Leprechaun. So what do? Like, I don't want to discard crap into my shuffle, but I also... I'll play one dungeon first. Like, I think I'm going to play one captain as Courtyard. Okay, sure. That's not exactly what I wanted to see. Maybe I should actually put a Hunting Lodge. Did you getting Hunting Lodge? You did. You only have one captain in play. It's very, 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 very dicey right now. I think I'm gonna play one more captain here as a Courtyard. Also played as, like, Taxman. Taxman, like, starts scoring some points, right? Maybe Taxman's fine. Just score some points instead. Well, I don't really want to do this right now, though. It's a bunch of crap in my shuffle. But I'm going to be triggering things anyway. Alright, top deck you. Now we can discard. I'm never playing this Skulk, right? Discard 2 cards, sure. That one. That's my other Hunting Lodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I could have actually. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I can't count. I counted wrong. That Leprechaun, it should have been Leprechaun. That's just the worst. I can't count. I'm so mad right now. Okay, fine. I can't play this other captain here, so let's do that. There's 6 coins here. I'm sorry, I got 4 coins here. Still captain as smuggles to gain. Gotta be careful in the piles here, right? Be pretty careful. You have 4 captains. You have an unspent wish. I'm gonna just not get the hunting lodges. Just like a little dicey. Right? I have 2 golds. Could also get, like, just attack you with the Skulk. Could also just play Taxman. Top deck a copper. That makes some sense. Score that way, I guess. It's all pretty bad. I'm doing a lot of really dumb things. Taxman top deck silver is, I think, completely reasonable. And then 3 here on 1 more silver. I think I have 1 more silver than I do golds currently. But I think it's harder to get silver than gold. Well, maybe not. It's unclear which is harder to get. Oh, I guess you have Taxman for getting silver, though. Possibly that Smuggler should have been a gold instead of a silver, then. I don't know. It's probably, like, fairly equivalent to getting silver versus gold. I can't believe I just, like, miscounted and didn't take a wish. Like, that was just... That's just me being really, really, really dumb. Seven is like, so I have 5 already in play. I play a Hunting Lodge, then I play a captain as Leprechaun, and that gets me 7. So, for some reason, I decided to just, like, give myself less chance of winning the game for literally no reason other than my inability to count properly. Yeah, look, you can count pop properly. That's pretty cool. Look how cool that is. Man. So, I don't know. I've got a lot of captains. I can smuggle a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll see what you buy. Alright. Nothing too much. Discard those 2. I think I'm gonna play at least 1 captain as... 1 captain as Courtyard? I don't have to. Play this dungeon first and see what I see. I feel like I'm always... Yeah, this is fine. Alright, I don't think I'm ever playing the Skulk, right? It's so hard to play at Skulk. I don't have the terminals for it. This feels like... It has to be a Courtyard, though. That's not what I wanted to see at all. Shoot! I guess this is also a Courtyard, right? God damn it! No Hunting Lodge, no Captain. Means really bad things. Alright. Like, do I do it again? Like, the problem is I can't actually get a wish here unless it's exactly... Like, those 2 cards are exactly Captain Hunting Lodge, right? That's the only way that's happening. So instead I could just do a bunch of smuggles. Shoot. It's a captain, but it's not Hunting Lodge. I only have 2 Hunting Lodges, but bottom deck of the mall is really sad. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So freaking sad sometimes, huh? What are you gonna do? There's no way I'm triggering this shuffle, so we'll just do it like this. All right, there's a captain those last cards. Oh, and I'll just do it like this, and we'll go captain as smugglers, gain gold, we're even there. Captain as, I'm gonna buy province here almost certainly. Smugglers gain a gold, captain as smugglers gain a silver. Like at this point, wishing is really hard to do, right? Actually, maybe that should have been no, hold on, that was stupid. I should have, sorry, can I? That's not supposed to be that one there. Nope. Sorry, not the smuggles for silver. It's supposed to be Skulk, right? Yeah, Skulk is like strictly better. Okay. Man, I kind of want a Guildhall. Maybe we should get Guildhall instead. I like Guildhall. Although I'm a little scared of you winning this turn. No, you can't win this turn. If I don't take like a Hunting Lodge or Dungeon. You do have 2 wishes though. So like, you could wish for 2 Hunting Lodges. And then you would just need to find... Guildhall's just really, really good though, is the thing right now. Considering how many treasures I'm taking. So like, if you wish for 2 Hunting Lodges, you would still need to hit 16 coins, which is actually pretty hard to do. Maybe it's not that hard to do, actually. It's a little hard to do. You have 2 captains coming in. Also, you need to hit, well, the points aren't the hard part is the issue. Does Province even, like, reasonably stop him from winning, though? I think this is going to be, like, Guildhall Silver. I don't know. I mean, there's a chance you can win here with 2 wishes coming in. So, reasonably, I could be convinced that, that province was correct there. Like, which 6? I mean, 16 is not easy though. Also, it takes 4 buys. 16 4 buys. So you need to play several captains for like skulks. I don't know. I think maybe it's impossible. Not impossible. It seems like pretty unlikely. But like, if you play captain as skulk, oh, I don't want that at all. That's terrible. Yeah, like captain is skulk, Taxman, sure, it's fine. You have to wish for the Hunting Lodge, which is really nice. Oh, you're just done, huh? Wait. Oh, interesting. Can I win here? Well, maybe. So what does winning look like? Winning looks like me smuggling 3 Hunting Lodges, buying 2 dungeons, and... That's really hard to do, isn't it? That seems like fairly hard to do. That seems fairly hard to do. I mean, the economy's not the problem, but then I'm burning 3 captains on smugglers, 1 captain on dungeon, which leaves me what? 2 captains that somehow need to score. 2 captains that somehow need to score at least 9 points. So, like, they could score at most 3 points off Palace. Maybe I can get to double Province. Province Palace might work. That's pretty difficult to win from that position, right? It seems like it takes a lot for that to win, and I don't know if I want to go for it, because going for it seems like a bad idea. Especially, you have literally nothing coming in. You have absolutely nothing coming in here. Okay, we're playing a dungeon first. Discard. We're playing... I think just don't go for it. It makes the most sense to me. Don't go for it, I think makes the most sense to me. I have 6 cards in play, which is, again, like the exact wrong number of cards to have in play for this stupid leprechaun. I'm misplaying this pretty badly, I think. Regardless, I think we're just gonna play one more dungeon. Okay, discard. I don't, actually have I can't play all the skulks though because I don't have enough actions for them. Oh, you know what I do? If I get back around to my deck, I can get the Hunting Lodge in play, which is I'm just gonna not go for it. I think just not go for it makes the most sense to me. I'm gonna play one captain that at least one captain as a courtyard here. I need to top deck something or other. Another captain as a courtyard makes some sense to me. I'm not discarding this ever. It's too much money in my hand. So top deck that. One more captain as a courtyard. Seems okay. All right, cool. Discard those last two. So that's 6 cards, which means I can't get this captain to play. Because I am a Dumbo. All right, this is actually quite a fine draw for me. So do I like to try like double province or something here? I could just double province or something. I mean, I'm always playing this dungeon, right? I guess the question is, am I playing captain for draw here? I don't think I am. So how much money is this? 6, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, this works. So we're going to go ahead and sculpt for a buy. That is very good. And we're going to captain smuggle a silver. Captain smuggle a silver, and then I can double province. I think that's how it works, if I'm counting right. Alternatively, I just play a courtyard, which is also like guaranteed to get there. Doesn't get me extra silver in my deck. What's my last cards? I don't know. Nothing all that good. There's treasure. So how much money is this? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I just top deck a silver and save my coffers. Maybe top deck estate is actually correct regardless there. I could believe top deck estate is actually correct regardless. Interesting. Not the worst effect ever. It's not like I'm hitting 7 palace sets ever. Wait, no, I already touched copper. I'm hitting 5 palace sets? Maybe. You still have a wish, which scares me. Alright, this time I only have 5 cards coming in, which means I can get a leprechaun, possibly. It's not impossible to get a leprechaun. I do need to find a hunting lodge. I only have 2 of them, so I need to find one of those hunting lodges in the next 24 cards. Which is not easy to do. Well, yeah, I don't really like how I played this game. I think it was alright. But, well, for the... yeah, I don't know. I think there's things I could have done that were a lot better. I need some golds in my deck. I don't know how many sets of silvers and golds I have. I guess I can count, right? I know I have 5 copper. And I have a curse. So 2 provinces is 12, minus 1 is 11, which puts me at 13 VP, 3 of which are estates, which is 10 VP. Wait, what? Wait, did I just miscount? Hold on. 12. So I have 2 provinces. I don't know, I'll count later. It's fine. Okay. Like, one of these captains is always going to be courtyard. At least one's always a courtyard. Oh, there we go. Got it. And I'll definitely do it because I think gold scores at least... Gold scores at exactly 3 here. More draws just seem pretty good for me, so we'll just keep going. Draw, draw, draw. Okay, that means I can play a dungeon. My last one should also be a draw card, I guess. Maybe I want to play like Skulk now, actually. Just in case I miss a bunch of stuff. And I like desperately want the plus buy. There's some thought to just playing Skulk right now, just in case. But like the courtyard's more likely to find me my other captains and stuff. I'm just playing the courtyard, it's fine. So 5, 6, captain as leprechaun is 7. Play the dungeon. Okay, there's my good stuff. Excellent. I'm never tossing this hand, so no reason to do that. Plus those. Like, I really want to get my other captain in play, right? So I guess I'm discarding the Skulk here. And this can play a Courtyard. And that's going to top deck that one. And this one will have to be a Skulk. So, questions. Questions arise. How many provinces do I buy here? Not 2. 2 sounds like a bad number. 0 is a not unreasonable number, I think. I think I'm at exact parity on silver as gold right now. So how many pairs of silver and gold do I actually have? Let me count that. I think it's 4 each, right? Because they're 3 each, so 3 times 4 is 12 points. Plus 12 for the provinces is 24, plus 3 for the estates is 27, minus 1 for the curse? Wait, where? There is a missing point somewhere. Oh, misery! Oh, I have misery! I forgot about misery. Which means I'm actually currently at 5 pairs, aren't I? Well, there's no way you're tripling, right? Triple seems unreasonable, so we're just doing this, and I mean, here's the thing, I could take a duchy. So the thing about taking the duchy here is you get to smuggle duchies, but I have more captains, so I can smuggle them back even harder, right? So if you smuggle a duchy, then I'm just going to take a bunch of duchies. Which seems reasonable to me, and I don't think you're, like, ending the game on duchy piles. So I just say, hey, go ahead and smuggle the duchies. Alright, go ahead and smuggle the duchies. You still have 2 wishes, actually, too, which is a little scary. Wait, no. You have 1 wish, I have 1 wish. Which is less scary. Yes, I'm daring you. I'm daring you to smuggle some duchies, alright? I don't think you can ever triple, right? What would it take for you to triple? It would take, like, a whole lot, right? I think so. Alright, smuggling more duchies. Unless you take, like, all the duchies. Could you take 5 duchies? No, you can't take 5 duchies. So I'm guaranteed 4 duchies in hand currently, which is a cool number of duchies. Also, I can't play Leprechaun this turn safely this turn anyway. But I don't think I care to, because I think this is my last turn. I think either you win here, which seems very unlikely, or I win on my turn, which seems somewhat likely. And if I don't, I think you win next turn almost certainly. So I doubt I get another turn after this. I mean, I guess the other option is you just don't score any more points here, in which case I just score enough that you can never catch me, which is like the other option. Because I have 5 duchies in hand, right? I have 5 duchies in hand. Alright, so your captain there's taken the wish, which seems pretty good. I mean, you can maybe win from this position. If you wish for 2 hunting lodges, you smuggle a duchy, you play a skulk and buy 2 dungeons, right? Like, it's actually possible to win from this position. It seems very unlikely, because you need to find all of your stuff pretty early in the shuffle. But it's not impossible. So if you find both your wishes and your skulk and your other captain, okay, that's not gonna be enough. Like, you can smuggle 2 hunting lodges, or wish for 2 hunting lodges, smuggle a duchy, play a skulk, buy 2 dungeons, which is, like, exactsies. Not sure this guild hall was worth it. It's maybe 4 coffers. I don't know, 4 coffers is fine. That captain's playing a courtyard. So the rest of your deck does have 2 wishes in it, I guess, which is something. It does have 2 wishes in it. Now, if I find my wish and I wish for a hunting lodge, or I can also just... Can I just win here? Hold on. You took a hunting lodge, right? So, like, do I have a win in hand? Almost, right? You did take a hunting lodge, if I'm correct on that. So I could... I just need 2 duchies, 2 hunting lodges. So that's 4 smugglers. And then my 5th can play like a skulk. I think I have a win in hand, actually. Dungeon. Sure. We toss the silver here over the dungeon, I guess. Play another dungeon. Okay. This looks like a win in hand, doesn't it? Like, I just smuggle 2 hunting lodges and 2 duchies. I wish for a duchy. I need to buy 2 things. I mean, that's actually not enough. Hold on. Maybe that's not enough. Because I need the 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 gains, which is enough, yeah, right? Okay, that's enough. Just discard those 2. So captain gets to play. Let me just double count everything real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gains, and so I get to smuggle 4 times. I get to wish. Wait, that's not enough. Hold on, am I just like, can I just like not count here? I should have 6 gains. Yeah, okay. Jeez, I can't, like, I'm like second guessing myself here. Grab the duchy. Smuggler, grab the duchy. Smuggler, grab the duchy. No, sorry. Grab the hunting lodge. Play that for whatever reason. Here I get to wish for this hunting lodge. Play the hunting lodge. I get to play you as a skulk. And end actions and buy 2 dungeons. Seems like a win to me. Eluded. Nice hit. Okay, well, that's a 3-3. Can't complain too much about a 3-3. I mean, I will complain about a 3-3, but, you know. I'll find a way somehow. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Tune in next time.